Saturday morning, the Experts program kicks off here on Power Talk Radio, 1460 and 101 FM. Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, is with us right now to talk technology. And Luis, welcome back.
Thank you, Mark. How are you today?
Doing great. It's Saturday, and it's a beautiful weekend around the Monterey Bay, and just looking forward to all the good things that are going on out there. How about you? Is the boat going to get out on the water this weekend?
I actually have a race this weekend that I might participate in. We do the Jack and Jill races. So this is our regular boats that we use, the Shields, those narrow 35-foot boats that I've talked about in the past. But you two-hand the boat, one woman, one man, and you race against each other. So it's a lot of fun. A couple of the gals that we sail with are committed to sailing. So I'm not part of the crew or volunteered to crew on them. But since there's only one dude, we're going to see who they pick.
Oh, excellent.
They get their choice of crewmate.
Well, good luck with that. Sounds like it'll be a fun time. Is that for Sunday?
Yeah, that's Sunday. So We'll be out there on Sunday, and otherwise just enjoying the beautiful weekend that I hope we have.
Yeah, and of course we've got Car Week coming up in a couple
of
weeks. And I want to remind everybody that next Saturday, August 3rd, will be the annual Carmel Valley Fiesta in the community park in the Carmel Valley Village. And part of the Fiesta is the Fiesta Car Show. And we're going to be out there with the Gold Coast rods and a lot of other car enthusiasts with their vehicles on display on the lawn at the Carmel Valley Fiesta. And it's admission free. So if you guys are free and you want some nice warm weather and check out some cars and entertainment at the Fiesta, come on out.
I think that's awesome. I'm going to talk to Ronnie and see if we can get out there.
It's the same day as the Salinas Valley Food and Wine Festival. So I don't know if you're already pre-committed for that, but sometimes there's too many good things going on at the same time around here, right?
You got to pick your enjoyable battles, right?
There you go. Hey, Crowdstrike is still in the news. We were talking about that last week, and this is the endpoint protection for a lot of businesses. And right now we're hearing that the insured losses could top $1.5 billion.
Yeah.
What's going on
huge
with this? And is everybody going to get paid off, or are there fine print issues that people haven't realized?
Yeah, so that is the big question. This is a big conundrum because Crowdstrike is an enterprise product, so it's used by a ton, as we talked about, of big companies, airlines, as we saw with all the delays and cancellations, hotels, many of whom were impacted, and even locally, our hospitals were impacted. The county of Monterey was impacted by this bad update that was pushed out that caused Windows systems to blue screen, and most of them needed a manual reboot and some configuration. So the recovery time is still ongoing, if you will. There's just too many computers and not enough people to fix them. But nevertheless, a lot of these outages are going to fall in the hands of the insurance market as people tap into their cyber insurance policies to get compensated for downtime and lost revenue, those sorts of things. The question, though, is will those policies pay off? Because many of them have an exclusion for any sort of software-related failures. So that is, if this is considered to be a software bug, the cyber insurance policy may not pay off. But if it does, they're estimating that the losses could be up to $1.5 billion in the market, which would make this the largest cyber insurance incident of all time, as you can well imagine.
Yeah. I hadn't considered that. A lot of these cybersecurity policies are specifically limited to hackers, what hackers do to you, not necessarily if there's a glitch in the software caused by an update that the company did. But then at the same time, wouldn't CrowdStrike or their parent company, don't they have some sort of liability insurance that would pay off to claimants? Because I would imagine endpoint users would start suing CrowdStrike, and wouldn't their insurance have to pay?
That's the other part of this equation is, I suspect that there are going to be a lot of lawsuits filed, and eventually they'll all be consolidated into, some sort of class action. CrowdStrike is a public company, so, they can't hide behind the privacy veil, which means all of it is going to unfold in public. And I'm sure that they have their insurance and their liability carrier is going to be, on the hook for some of this. But what's also interesting about this is that a lot of insurance companies, in order to help their customers protect themselves, recommend or even provide CrowdStrike as a solution to prevent any sort of hacks or endpoint disasters. So they're going to be, the carriers are going to be kind of twisted in a pretzel, because if they say, well, we recommended CrowdStrike and they messed up, but we're not liable for it because our policy excludes software glitches or software bugs.
Oh, boy.
So some insurance companies themselves might be sued at the end of the day. So this is going to be a very long process to unwind, to finally figure out who's going to be liable and responsible for paying the damages that were caused by this glitch.
I saw something on social media the other day, and I can't believe that it was for real, but somebody said that Crowdstrike, as a way of apologizing to some endpoint users for the problems they caused, were sending out $10 Uber Eats certificates. I can't believe they were doing that.
That's pretty tone deaf, actually. Yeah. But it wouldn't surprise me. Sometimes companies, in the midst of a crisis like this, just kind of react very weirdly. And in hindsight, they look back and say, why did we do that? So
let's buy them all pizza.
Yeah, exactly. All those IT guys that are working 7x24 to restore these systems, let's just buy them a pizza and make it go away.
Right. We mentioned hackers at the beginning of the story here. Now, hackers are getting involved in this. They were not responsible for the original problem, but from what we understand, hackers are now taking advantage of the CrowdStrike outage chaos by coming up with fake websites, offering solutions?
Yeah, so what they're doing is, because they recognize that consumers generally they might hear something in the news or read something online, but they aren't super informed about these sorts of things. They're sending emails out or setting up websites telling people, hey, your system has CrowdStrike on there. Click here to download the fix so that you aren't impacted by this global tech outage. And some people who are naive click on that link, and what they're really doing is downloading malware or some sort of Trojan onto their desktop or laptop, which then could be used to exploit that system. And the reality is, if you're a consumer, chances are extremely small that you use CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike is really used by large corporations, and their consumer presence is minuscule. So if you get one of these emails, or you go onto a website that you get a pop-up saying, oh, we've detected CrowdStrike on your PC, click here to fix the problem, don't click anywhere. As Mark and I have been telling you for years, don't click on any links that you aren't familiar with. And if you get an email from somebody purporting to be from CrowdStrike, just delete it and move on with your day.
Great advice from Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group. And of course, ATG can help you out with network solutions for your business. So be sure to get in touch with them. Online, alvareztg.com, @AlvarezTG is the X handle, and Luis, the toll-free number for the I-Team.
Give us a call at 866-78-I-TEAM. That's 866-784-8326.
And looking ahead to Monday, July 29th, we all have smartphones. Some people have smartwatches. Now the latest thing is going to be on your finger. Tell us about it, Luis.
Yep. Yeah, Samsung has just released their Smart Ring and competition for the Aura Ring, and you'll want to tune in to learn more about it.
All right. It all starts Monday morning, 8:30, right here on KION. And Luis, thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. We'll talk again next week.
Take care, my friend.